cope with the members being gone and cope with the anxiety. Roughly every year, 100,000 military members are deployed, leaving roughly 250,000 children without that military member. That's over 1 million stories each year that are not being told, guys. United Through Reading works so hard to make that number smaller. And for some of these children, these videos become some of the last pieces of the military member that they have. And that really makes this cause even more important to all of us. So if you'd like some more information or to donate, the link is in our Wonderful Nuggets bio.
And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And now I would like to welcome our amazing author, Klass, as well as our amazing narrator, Gavin. I'm going to ask Klass if he can tell us the name of his book, as well as give us a little information about it.
That's right. That's right, yep.
I have that right here.
Yeah, we get to meet an interesting character with a shady and dark background. I'm excited to spread the story.
Me too. So with that being said, let's turn it over to Gavin to do the snippet.
You got it, yo? The high priest, while he was not allowed to show favor directly to anyone, secretly aided Donovan and thought of him as his own son. The Order of Enamor was about purification and positive energies. Negative thoughts were perceived as physical toxins, and it was common for the clergy to sit in the purification chamber for long periods of time until they felt pure again. Atonement was different, though. If ever a clergy member did something they were ashamed of, wanted to keep their status, or otherwise cleanse their spirit to please Enamor, it was up to the high priest to pray and cipher what each individual needed to do in order to atone. He was very busy in these matters since his order had grown so much over the years. He was so busy, in fact, that he often delegated many of his duties to his deacons. His deacons were priests who were training to become high priests and joined the council of high priests. Since the darkening of the sun, the council had been lost, and only the high priest Namath Wade remained to lead the Order of Enamor. He had only a few deacons under his tutelage at the moment and hoped that the number would grow so he could bring back the might of Enamor, though through the rebirth of his council. The high priest often prayed directly for the well-being and protection of Donovan. Donovan had no idea what the high priest had done for him other than take him in, hide him, help him recover from his wounds and addiction to a toxic drug found only deep in the subterranean realms. The high priest heard that during his withdrawals, Donovan had managed to escape from the order and made his way back into the streets of the hidden city in search of more of the drug known as Farscape. Namath Wade removed his priestly vestments and went after the young boy. When he found him, Donovan was hallucinating badly and suffering from muscle spasms and cold sweats. A group of thugs had cornered him and were inching to finish the job. Namath Wade wasn't always a priest of Enamor, but he had put those days behind him. That was until the night he went out after Donovan. When he found Donovan in that dark alley, for the second time, curled up and crying out for his parents while taking another beating from a group of thugs, Namath Wade forgot he was a high priest. He forgot that he was a devoted servant of Enamor. He remembered that he was a human with raw emotions and survival instincts. He remembered who he once was before he joined the order. He remembered his duties before he was a high priest, And at that moment, the dark, murderous killer he used to be resurfaced. "Close your eyes, my child," Namath Wade whispered into the night. One more cry was heard from the mouth of Donovan before the distance of over 100 yards was covered, and in the blink of an eye, the walls of the alleyway were painted red with the life-giving blood that once flowed through the veins of the thugs. Namath Wade stood panting, with an angry but pleased grin worn upon his face. In his hand was a blade he somehow took from one of the thugs in the fray, and it was covered in blood, as was he. Namath Wade felt a wave of shame fall over him, and he dropped the blade to the street before picking up the shaking and delirious Donovan. He carried Donovan back to the Order and cleaned him up before putting him to bed next to him for comfort. He prayed all night for forgiveness, though he would not hear any reply from his god due to the chaos of Viscus. The high priest lived with the guilt of what he had done, knowing one day he would have to answer to his god for his misdeed, and knew he had fallen from grace. With Enamor imprisoned, he could not be punished by his god directly, though he could still fall out of favor. And scene.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Thank you,
Gavin,
man.
You just crushed that.
I appreciate it. It's a great little snippet, man. I'm going to have to read all of it now.
It was awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you. There you go. That's what we were looking for.
Anything after that, you have to give Klass favors.
Exactly.
Or you can go to Klass's shop and purchase the book.
Preferably.
Just saying. Just saying. That is there as well. And that was an amazing narration.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
I was happy to help out. It's a great, great snippet.
Does anybody have any questions for Klass or Gavin?
Klass, how many seasons of this novella do you have out, and how many do you have planned? Fantastic. All right. Let us know when you release that fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gavin, there's also comments that say you should do documentaries.
I could be down with that. A little how it's made. Big fan of those.
Yeah, man, you got a great documentary voice, actually.
Awesome. I do enjoy some nonfiction from time to time.
That was awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Listen, we have we have a bunch of authors that are doing like those, colored pages with the different like colored text. And I have a suggestion, preferably for a vampire author, to do black pages with like etched in blood red text.
Ooh.
Please, for the love.
It's very aesthetic. I could dig it. It might be a little difficult to read in the dark, but it would be fun.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I know, that's who I was referring to. I'm looking at you, Rayon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So while I am up here, I have one tiny request for our lovely audience. If you could just keep tapping the screen and until that finger wears out, you can swip over to a different one. That's fine. You've got 10 fingers for most people, and you just keep tapping until you've got none, and you'll be good.
That's right.
Gavin is. You're clipping a tiny bit with my nose at this point.
Gotcha. Thank you for the heads up.
Rebecca, let me know when you're ready for your thing, and I'll bring you up for a moment as well. So, as we're in a little break before the next, our author and narrator come on, I want to take this time to thank all of you guys in the comments as well for being here, for tapping, liking, sharing, and doing all the things. And just listening to these amazing pieces of work, because these authors and narrators deserve to have their talent out there, and it's absolutely amazing, and I'm honored that they all agreed to do this. So big round of applause to them and you guys.
Oh yeah, Darby is an amazing person. The incredible voice work.
Yes. Yes, I agree. Darby is definitely Sprinkles.
It's probably my favorite part about this community is just by being active, by being live, by putting yourself out there, you get to meet and network with so many amazing authors and storytellers and just incredible people. And then sometimes you happen to find the perfect voice for your project or the perfect author for your voice. It works.
It does.
Absolutely. Thanks
Now,
for having me do it.
now as I read the Clergy, I'm going to hear it in Gavin's voice.
I'll be hearing it in my own voice too, but I think that's pretty normal for me at this point.
David, you're cracking me up. Mr. Ross. I will let them know I had nothing to do with it. But, alright. And then, I'm sorry, David. Take a break.
No, don't take a break. Keep tapping.
Okay, I'm going to bring up Rebecca because she's going to do that schmiv away real fast before we start with our next group, if that's all right with everybody.
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and drop down. Thanks for having me up here, and I will see y'all later today.
We will see you later.
That's right.
Goodbye.
Class, we will see you later as well. Class, we will see you later as well.
Hello, friends. How is everybody? I'm Rebecca. I own Trilogy Books.